Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. There aren't many things I'd rather eat than a great piece of sticky caramelized pork. Cheap, easy to make, and if you choose your recipes carefully, can be a really quick way to put something impressive on the dinner table. So today, we're going to try and hit all of those notes with a Vietnamese Style Lemongrass Pork belly. If that sounds like something you're into, hang around to see how this one turns out. As always, a full list of ingredients can be found at the end of the video. They'll also be listed in the description below. We'll kick this one off with the main flavouring for our pork, the lemongrass. We just want to try and stick to the white bulbous sections at the base of the stalks, as they're the most tender and have the most of that fresh lemony flavour we're looking for. Cutting lemongrass is a bit of an edge breaker on your knife. The chef's knife I have here is pretty hefty, probably not sharp enough, but nice and strong for a job like this. I'm pretty sure I've seen pre-sliced jarred lemongrass at the supermarket before, if it's something you would rather avoid. But I'll struggle through. And then onto the ginger, just a quick chop, and then the same for our shallots. Then a quick slice through some garlic, and that's all of our chopping done for the marinade. Let's get this pork ready.
That's all, folks.
Now, if you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know that I'm all about picking up whatever is cheap on the day, and these bits of pork belly were no exception. I was looking for a bit more of a hunk of pork, but these pork belly ribs are on special, and they'll get us the same end result. I'll just whip the rind off and dice the flesh into about 1-inch cubes, and I can put this stuff aside to get a quick marinade happening. Into a large mixing bowl goes 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, a tablespoon of caster sugar, and I'll give that a mix to combine, and then everything we chopped earlier can go into the bowl. I don't know why I don't use slow-mo more. It's always fun to see what things look like at quarter speed. Then we can give this a good mix and set it aside to let everything mingle and marinate a little. While the pork is hanging out, let's get to work on some coconut rice. I've made coconut rice a few times on the channel before, so I'll speed through this one for today. But basically, into a small saucepan goes our rice, followed by a little sugar, coconut milk, and a little water. And then it can go onto the heat, bring it to a simmer, pop on a lid, and leave it to tick away until all the liquid is absorbed and the rice is cooked. Enough time has passed to say our pork is marinated, so we can get it into a preheated pan and get cooking. I'm not too worried about this one sitting for too long, as we cut up the pork pretty small so there's a lot of surface area to get that flavour in, and we're going to be using the marinade to make our glaze. I'll just kind of pluck all the pork and aromatics from the bowl, and like normal, overfill my pan way too much. Then we need to let it sear. Because I have too much in here, I'll do my best to let some colour form before moving it around, keeping the temperature as high as I can. When it finally sears on one side, I'll start to move it around a little. And it started to get some nice colour. I'll pop the marinade back in that I somehow managed to miss when filming and reduce it down to a nice caramelized glaze. There's that slow-mo again. Now it seems like I'm going to go from underusing it to overusing it in one video. Then a few sesame seeds for nuttiness, and I'll let it cook away until there's no liquid left at all. And that bit looks like I need to hoof it down to check for seasoning, and it's about spot on. To bring it all home, I'll pop some coconut rice into a bowl, followed by a pile of that delicious pork. Then a few cucumber battens and lime wedges for balance. And for the final touches, a couple of slices of red chilli, some Thai basil and mint leaves, And because they're still sitting on the bench, a little more sesame. To take it over the top, I'm going to sprinkle a few dried shallots over the pork. It probably doesn't need it, but everything is better with fried shallots and I have them here, so why not? And there we have it, my take on Vietnamese style lemongrass pork. It's cheap, delicious, and a really easy one to put together. There's so much texture and flavour going on here that I'm actually not sure what else to say, just that it's delicious. Thanks for watching the video, everyone. If you liked it, please consider giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel. See you on the next one!